Okay. Think, is it going? Yep, it's recording. Okay. All right. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. For everybody that's watching, could you share with us your name and where you are located and why I have you on the camera today?
Okay. My name's TJ Vickers. I'm the team lead for South Texas home teams with Epic Realty. Located just north of San Antonio in a little town called Cibolo, Texas. Been here since 2014.
Oh, great. Wow, you've been here a while. So as far as real estate, I mean, this is an interview about real estate, but did you have any career before you entered the real estate industry?
So real estate's something that, okay, so to answer your question, the career I had before real estate was the waste industry. So I worked in the waste industry for about 20 years, started at the bottom, worked myself into a position in the Bahamas. So, little strange story there. I found out about 3 years ago my mom has pancreatic cancer. Um, Coming from the family that I do and an Asian background on my mom's side, it's up to the kids to take care of our elderly. So I came back to the States to help the other siblings with mom and found myself in a position of what do I do to make the same type of money that is going to provide for me and my family, but yet give me the freedom to be able to leave and go take care of mom when need be. Um, After some thought and a lot of discussion, I decided I would go into the real estate world. Um, First sales position I've ever had. Um, and now I wonder why I didn't do it 20 years ago. So
That's great. Yeah, that's a very interesting way to get into real estate. And I am also of Asian descent, and I totally understand taking care of your family. So that hits home for me, as well as understanding that real estate was not my first choice either. So yeah, that's definitely a different a jump from waste to real estate. But I love the reason that you came into this industry, and one of the reasons I have you on this interview is because you are not only in real estate, but you are also an amazing team leader. So currently, you lead a traditional team for Epic. And how many team members do you have on your team currently?
I have eight.
Great.
Um, and so when I started out, I had two people that I started with for the first probably 3 months. So there was three of us, and then within just a short time, we've grown to eight. I have two more that are potentially coming on next week. Um, I don't actually go out and recruit, so to speak. The people that have come to the team have basically come to us looking for a team that provides what they're looking for. So, a little bit about our team is I don't know, I think a lot of teams are set on production and they push production. Our team's more based around support for each other. Um, when I built my team, I was with a previous broker. This is probably getting a little bit ahead, but I was with a previous broker and the support just wasn't what I was looking for. So when I joined Epic, um, had the opportunity to start right from the start with a team. Um, some of the people that were coming over with me said, let's start a team and let's be about each other. And that's how we got into the whole team scenario.
I love that. And it's exactly like you mentioned, it was one of my other questions was to ask you, why did you decide to form a team? So I like that you are about each other because I believe that Epic is definitely about the agents as well. And I have a passion for teams. And when I met you, I knew that you and I were very similar in just caring about other people as well as your colleagues in business. As far as deciding to lead a team, did you come over as an individual or did you join as a team?
So I joined as a team after so I had made the decision to leave my previous broker, but I had some big deals that were in motion already. And during the time that I was waiting for those deals to close, I kind of well, decided on which way I wanted to move when I moved to Epic. Um, Originally, I was supposed to go to a different brokerage with some colleagues of mine that were at my previous brokerage. And during the time that I was waiting for my deals to close, I just did a little research. And I found that Epic actually provided more support to their agents. Um, the things that I was promised at a previous brokerage, Epic was already providing. It wasn't something that, oh, it's coming. Epic was already providing that. Um, After doing my own due diligence and talking to people that were already with Epic that I trusted, um, based on their words saying, hey, they actually do provide that, TJ. It's not just something that they're saying, it's already there. Um, I decided to take that leap of faith against what my colleagues uh, were saying, TJ, come over here, TJ, come over here. I went to Epic and it's been all thumbs up ever since I've been here. And then I was at a previous brokerage. I had quite a big downline. I don't know what everybody knows about a downline that's going to watch this or read into this, but a downline can be a very valuable source of income as long as you look at it as a bonus. I mean, by no means take it as the solid structure of your income, but it's definitely an add-on that helps. And the way that Epic has it structured, it if you take a dive into that world, you're going to find that even though the percentages aren't as high, a lot of the things that Epic offers in order for you to get paid on that rev share truly benefits the agent versus the brokerage. So
I love that. That's great. And I'm glad that you shared that because I feel like there's a lot of people that don't realize that, or there are other people that understand like you do, and you're really going to echo how they feel. So I love that you said it's extra. It's not the reason you're here. So hopefully it's a good legacy for you and your family.
it has been so far. So I can tell you right now, I had a few hundred agents on my downline at my previous brokerage. And with I don't know the exact numbers on how many I have on my downline as of right now, but I know just a fraction of the people that I have now pays, when you look at the number percentage wise, it pays off a lot better than the hundreds of agents that I had at my previous brokerage, just because of the check boxes that have to be checked. My previous brokerage, you had to have qualified agents in order to open up each line. With Epic, if you bring them on or they're a product of someone that you brought on and they do a deal, you're going to get your rev share from it. There's no ifs or buts. It's the 15th you're going to get paid. So it makes a difference.
Yeah, that's a great point. I love that there aren't any special details or things that you have to do in order to just receive that extra bonus of the revenue share that you could earn here.
And
And
it's
like,
just a thank you from the company. It's a thank you for bringing and helping them build the not just I hear culture so much in real estate. I'm 3 years into real estate. So, some of the other brokerages promote culture, culture, culture. Well, culture is who you surround yourself with. It's the attitude and the presence that your team brings. I mean, we could be a culture of nothing but business, or we could be a culture of business and fun. Um, so the culture is your attitude and what you set it out to be. So if culture is the only thing that your brokerage is offering, I think you're going to be lacking in a lot of different categories.
Wow, that's some really interesting insight. And again, you just keep saying these amazing things, and I'm so glad that I'm interviewing you today. It's crazy for me to think that you've been in real estate for 3 years and you're already leading a team and you're clearly a leader in general. As far as your team, share with me what has your production been over these last 3 years?
Okay, so I didn't, now prior to starting a team, I started a team in September, I think is when I actually made the final move, August, late August 1st to September. So 7 months. In 7 months, we've done 17 units. As far as the actual numbers, I don't watch the money part of it. The money's going to come naturally. We more concentrate on helping each individual be better than they were the day before. If you need help, then we're here to help you. We have a group chat that we and it's just a simple text message. If you have a problem or a question that you need to ask, send it out on that group text. Somebody's going to answer it. Now, we're not on that group text talking about our dogs and our cats and our neighbors and this and that. It's strictly business. We all have each other's individual phone numbers if we want to talk about how our day was. Um, so we all know that if something comes across that group chat, it's one of us that actually needs some support of one form or another. Again, going back to my mom, part of the way that I started, the reason I started the team was with me having to travel. Sometimes I'm not always here to be able to attend a closing or attend an inspection or something like that. Part of the team dynamic allows me to be able to take care of my mom and still have somebody there for my client to assure them that we're taking care of it. We're making their purchase or their sell less stressful because we're there to do that. That's what we're here for. As realtors and agents, that's our job. That's how we justify our pay is by knowing what to do, when to do, and how to do it. So our clients don't have to stress. I remember when I bought my first house, it was a mess. I didn't have any idea what I was doing. If it wouldn't have been for my realtor at that time, I would have given up way early in the process just out of pure frustration. So at part of South Texas Home Team, that's what we want to do with our agents and our clients is make sure that their buying or selling process is stress. I don't know, stress. What's the word I'm looking for? Stressless. I don't know. We try to handle all those things so they don't have to. Uh, at the end of the day, we want them to enjoy the process, be happy that they chose us and refer us. Because I mean, realistically, a referral from an individual is going to go way more than any marketing that you can purchase.
That's a great sentiment also. I think that sometimes in this industry, everyone is focused on getting new leads. But
Mhm.
what you said there is huge, just your own referrals, your current clients, continuing that relationship. I mean, you've answered this next question, and I promise this will be the last serious one. Um, but you've already answered a lot of this question with what you've shared so far, so I thank you for that. But is there any advice that you have for an agent that maybe either is a seasoned agent or even a newer agent that is thinking about forming a team and leading a team?
For new agents, um, my biggest thing would be make sure that you get somebody who truly is out there to help you, that just wants to see you grow. Um, you know, Make sure that if you're going to join a team, you interview the team, find out what their goals are, whether they're a team that's just looking to, you know, thrive off of your hard work or whether they're actually willing to put back into you. Um, for as a team lead, and I never thought I would join it, be a team lead this early. It's just something that happened. We all got together and everybody said, you're gonna be the team lead, TJ. Everybody follows you. So I was like, okay, I'm up for the game, but I need everybody's help. And I have an amazing lady that helps with a lot of the stuff with the team. She's been doing it a long time. Her name's Day. Want to give a shout out to her because she answers her phone every time. Um, and if she doesn't answer it right, then she'll call you right back. And she is awesome at any questions that we have. Um, so as far as team leads go, I would say my biggest thing, and I learned this from another team lead, is don't overgive. Because as givers, if you're truly a good team lead, you're going to find yourself giving every chance that you can to your team because you want to see them succeed. It's okay to give, um, but don't overgive to where you're actually taking from your family to give to the team just because you want everybody to succeed. Um, I think that's the biggest part about real estate. If you're going to succeed, you got to give, but you got to know when to kind of pull back a little bit and let people succeed on their own. Because if you're constantly giving, it's like a child. If you're constantly giving, they never learn to produce on their own. So I don't
That's
know if that answers your question, but
it
that's
does. It
pretty much
does.
close as I can get to it.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer, and it's a great lead into my next question. But I love that you know to set boundaries and obviously balance your work and your giving and your leadership with your personal life. I think that's something that people would love hearing, and I'm sure that they're watching this video now and saying, "Wow, okay, that's some great insight," and maybe they didn't think about that. So that being said, we're going to lighten it up a little bit. And speaking of work-life balance and just getting setting boundaries, what do you do in your free time? Do you have any secret talents? What are you interested in? You know,
Well, I don't know about secret talents, but this right here, this is my free time right here. I am a cigar connoisseur. So I eat, drink, and sleep cigars, and good whiskey or bourbon. Um, so I have a group of guys that I have been hanging out with since I came back from the Bahamas. Um, I'm not gonna say every day because that might get me in trouble, but a few times a week we meet and enjoy a good cigar and a drink and just kind of bounce ideas off of each other. We're all business owners, so we all have those challenges, and sometimes it's just nice to consult other business owners and people that work with other people and leading other people just for their ideas and just to get their reassurance that you're handling things the way that you should. So that's my passion right there behind me is a good cigar and um, I don't know. It's just one of those things that guys do, I guess.
I love that. I love that even though you're doing things in your downtime, you're still talking business. So
Yeah.
spoken like a true leader.
So you got to it becomes it's your downtime, and that's the good thing about loving what you do and doing what you love. Um, you can help people and still provide for your family at the same time. And yeah, interesting topic right here. Within the first few months with Epic, one of the deals that I was closing before I came to Epic was my first $1 million deal, over $1 million. So I wanted to make sure everything went through the way it was supposed to with no hiccups on that, because as any realtor knows, it's a decent payday. Um, so everybody's like, well, TJ, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the luxury deal or do you prefer the more just normal deal? And I said, well, two things. When it comes to luxury, I love luxury because of the payday. Who wouldn't? But when it comes to the actual deal, I get more satisfaction from helping the guy in his 50s that has never bought a home, 50s, 60s, that gets a $150,000 home that he's worked for all his life to get. Maybe he's a new citizen to the States. Maybe he's just one of those guys that just never had those breaks in life. Because I tell you, um, the guy that you help in that scenario, you're going to be a hero to him. You're helping him accomplish the American dream of owning a home. He's going to refer you to his cousins, his brothers, sisters, his cousins, brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, everybody. Because, like I said, you're his hero. So the gratitude that you get from serving those families is much more appreciated than the luxury client. The luxury clients kind of used to getting what they want. And although those deals tend to go through a little easier and less work goes into them, the gratitude and grace that you feel in your heart from them 150,000, $200,000 clients, it's not the same. I'll take that any day over a luxury.
I love that so much. As you obviously know, a lot of people know this, but some people don't. But this truly is a family-based brokerage. The founders are family. So we have, Josh and Janice, who are actually twins. A lot of people don't know that. That's interesting. And then, of course, Chris. So the three founders are very much family oriented. And what you said there not only will hit home with them, but I think it'll hit home with a lot of people. You're such a giving person. Leads again, you keep giving me great segues into my next question. So here's your surprise question.
Okay.
I know you were worried about this. It's okay. So, of the three founders, which one's your favorite?
Hmm. Honestly and truthfully, I don't know any of them. I'm not, again, I'm not your typical agent that, um, spends a lot of time. We were talking earlier about some of the events that we have coming up, and I honestly didn't know any about them because I spend so much time involved with my family and my agents, the right here and the right now, that I'm not so much the seminar guy, the event guy. Um, I'm more into taking care of the right here, right now with my family and the group of people that I spend every day with. So I look forward to getting to know them, and over time I will. Um, but for right now, it's the concentration on my family, my mother, my immediate family, and my team, because my team is part of my family now. They know everything that's going on with my family as well as I know everything that's going on with their families. We're all here to support each other, and we have enough going on right here to concentrate on.
I love that. You are just such a down to earth person and so real. And I'm so honored that you were willing to meet with me and just share some of who you are. I know you're very personal and private, but what you shared today means a lot, not only to me, but I'm sure it'll mean a lot to many that watch this. And I totally understand the focusing on what's important to you, and it's okay that you don't have a favorite founder. But we hope, yeah, I hope that we get to not lead the founder, but that I get to meet you in person here soon. And if not, I'm sure we'll be always touching base because you're one of the most amazing
Absolutely.
leaders I've ever met.
Well, I appreciate it. And like, I got a call from our area leader the other day, and she was like, TJ, I feel like I'm letting y'all down. And I said, why is that? And she was like, y'all never call me. What can I do to help y'all? And I'm like, nothing. I said, if we need you, we'll call you. I promise you. I said, but we tend to be a good um, team that we all just kind of fill in where the other person might be lacking in that area, and we just kind of well rounded. I have agents that were icon agents at other brokerages, and I have agents that are brand new to the game. Um, and we all just try to fill in for each other, and that's what it's about. That's the whole thing that a team should be. If you have that in a team, you have a good solid team.
You definitely have a solid team. It shows in everything that you do, and you know, your culture builds our culture. So again, I just want to thank you for meeting with me today.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, this has been great. Thank you so much. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this interview. Stop this recording.